In today's video, you're joining me on a photo walk. I picked up a new lens and I want to see how it feels out in the real world. Hi, and welcome to today's episode. Today we're in Portør in Norway, and we're going to do a walk around by the coastline and hopefully take some nice photographs. So let's go. So I've made it to Portør, a small coastal spot that used to be an old harbour. It's surrounded by smooth rocks, pine forest and open sea. The place has this calm, timeless vibe. You can almost feel the history of the fishermen and sailors who once found shelter here. Today is all about the stillness, the light and the sound of the waves rolling on. It's such a beautiful mix of rock, sea and forest. Super photogenic, and it's the perfect place to test out my new Hasselblad lens. Let's see what we can capture here. I'm quite excited today. Got a new lens, the 35-100 Hasselblad lens. So I think that's going to be really good for this because it's going to give it a bit of compression, and I want that compression now. I'm taking a photograph of that white cottage by the sea, by the ocean over there, and I also have that red one in the frame as well. The red one is probably going to be a bit dark because it's the sun is quite low now, so it's going to be a bit too contrasty maybe, and the white heart is obviously going to be really bright. So, but I think I'm going to be able to fix that in post, hopefully, at least. So yeah, let's have a look and see how it looks. Like the reflections in the water. You can see that white cottage like mirroring itself in the water over there, and that's what's going to make this image, I think. I really want that small wooden docking or whatever you call it for the boats in the frame as well. So I'm kind of shooting quite low angle because of that, and I still want that reflection of that cottage in the water. That's the main thing with this photograph. I guess I'm quite lucky with the weather today as well. Really nice sunset, and the sunset light now is quite warm, and it's quite inviting to photograph, and have this warm light and quite low light as well because it creates shadows and all that kind of things. It kind of makes the landscape stand out a bit more than if it's just plain daylight. I'm just going to do a walk around and do a few snaps with my new lens, Hasselblad lens. It's quite heavy, and I guess that's a sign of good quality. At least I hope so. We still have some of those autumn colors, so that's what I'm trying to get in the frame now. And as you can see over there, the light is coming through the branches, so kind of gives more mystic feeling to this image. Well, I got a composition that I kind of like, but I'm kind of rushing it as well because it's getting late and the sun is really going down fast. So I have to get up to speed up, you know. I really like the light now. You have this beautiful pinkish colors, just what I need when I do a sunset photo, you know. So hopefully it's going to look okay. This is definitely my favorite time to do photographs in the evening. You don't have to get up early. I really like the blue hour in the evening. And with this camera as well, and this new lens, I think I'm going to be very happy with it. It's rendering the colors really beautiful, and I can still keep it still, even though I got the old X2D, but it still have a good stabilization. So I'm going to handheld it a bit. I'm going down to almost like fourth of a second, and that shouldn't be a problem at all. So, and when it gets too dark, I just put it on my tripod. Good old tripod. It was starting to get properly dark, time for some long exposures, this time with a tripod. By setting up the tripod and going for some long exposures, you get a more poetic image, something calmer. The texture and the water softens and the whole scene takes on a peaceful feel. Here's the shot I took earlier, and here's the same subject with a longer exposure. I'm doing a few more compositions because I know that I don't have many minutes left with this really nice sunset. So we're gonna do a few just long exposures here in the blue hour. So let's give it a try. Well, it's getting quite late now, so I'm running out of light. So I'm gonna call it a night today and then head back to my van and get some sleep and get up tomorrow morning. Maybe I'm gonna stay here or maybe I go somewhere else. We'll see. See you tomorrow. Morning. Good morning. I just woke up and I opened the window and what an amazing sunrise. So I'm already taking the first snaps. Didn't have time to wait for you. think maybe I should try to frame it a bit different. Maybe get those branches in front so this beautiful view. So I'm gonna put my camera a bit further back actually. Maybe get a bit taller. I actually went back to the same spot as I did yesterday because I want to try it in different lighting. I want to try it in this really nice sunrise. So. I'm going to try to get closer to that lighthouse again. I told you that I was going there yesterday, but I didn't manage to find the best way there. But I think if I walk over there, maybe I get closer to it. So let's give that a try. I'm going to try to do a sunrise picture here. And I want that lighthouse in. You can see that the lighthouse is over there and the sun is over there. So I'm doing a long composition on this one, or a long image, a panoramic image. So let's give it a try. And then I get that boat coming over there. So I'm trying to get that in the right composition there. But I'm on a long exposure, so I'm not sure if it's going to be a bit blurry because I didn't have the time to change my settings. So you can see that the sun is really low now. It's just that much above the horizon. So that really creates this dramatic light. Low light, dramatic lights. I'm just shooting straight into the sun just to see how this lens render when it comes to stopping down a bit. I'm just stopping down to f13 just to see if I get that starburst with the sun.
And here's the result, a pretty strong lens flare, which often messes with the color rendering a bit. But honestly, it's pretty much what I expected.
The weather forecasted today is kind of overcast, and as you can see it's starting to do that already. So I'm just going to run around and take some snaps, take some fast photographs, bump up my ISO to 400 or something like that. I'm just going to do some handheld images. So I don't have time for the tripod now.
It's a really versatile lens. After shooting only with primes from 35 and up, it's pretty liberating to use a 35 to 100 zoom lens. It gives you the freedom to quickly pick the focal length that fits each composition without constantly swapping lenses. It also makes me more powerful with my framing. Maybe this is the lens that will inspire me to push my composition a bit further in my landscape work. I'll be excited to see where it leads me. I'm moving away from the coastline and found a small pond, a perfect spot to capture a few more autumn colors.
I'm not really a macro photographer, but I just want to test this lens. So I'm going to shoot it wide open, zoom in with 100mm, and just see how the bouquet turns out.
I've been using this lens on quite a few shots now, and I'm really happy with it. It works perfectly as an all-round lens, and together with my 20 to 35mm lens, it's a great setup for landscape photography. Everything from wide angle to short telephoto.
I really want autumn colors in this photograph, so I'm kind of framing my main view, which is the water and the birch tree standing over there, with these beautiful colors, you know. So just having them be blurred and then the main subject in focus.
It's time to leave these beautiful autumn colors behind. I packed down my camera and my new lens, which I already know I'm going to love using. In the next episode, it's all about winter, the first heavy snowfall of the year, digging my way out to go shooting, and my camera disappears without a trace.
Well, now I've really done it. I've lost my camera.
See you in the next one.